Hi, well, welcome to another great project. This one I'm particularly proud of because it was very challenging to work with parents and a daughter who live in Connecticut and were determined to transform this apartment, which when you see the before and afters that we'll cut in was a mess. I mean, it was just a mess. And hard to believe that it was so terrible. But one of the things that we did was we changed the front door. We have all the door hardware matching. We have these, beautiful, probably very traditional, but Baldwin doorknobs and true style doors with raised panels that are particularly traditional and gorgeous, with a walk-in well, not a walk-in, but a big pantry here for the kitchen, because the kitchen is pretty tiny, and we actually, besides dropping the ceiling and moving the wall out, what we did is we dropped the ceiling to kind of design lighting that would make a ton of sense for this tiny apartment, and also introduce openness into the space in the living room so that at least it felt a little more like an open living environment with, my favorite Starfire glass, the LED puck lights, and the lighting underneath the countertops. This is Cedar Stone Calicut Nouveau, which is quite beautiful. They went with the Miele dishwasher, decor range, and then the Lieber fridge, 24-inch, which is really quite nice. Making ice, thank God. Have to keep the upgraded the electric breaker panel. We can't paint that till after the inspection. We had a problem in making our cabinets here, and we had to get a different hood, so that's why it's not here today. But we actually have a duct and a plenum that was made so that the actual air shaft to pull air out of the kitchen, this is a recirculating hood, goes up. And so that's concealed in that cabinet, but that's why it has a grill. We have all of our, sink tilt out, Franke sinks, double garbage rollout underneath the sink, beautiful Lux faucet from Roll. And the Franke sink we picked is a big deep one that has actually this middle layer, which is very handy when you're cooking and cleaning. Cedar Stone countertop we used as a backsplash, which is really quite lovely and more complicated in timelines, but we added it to the sides with the curves to bring consistency and I think a clean line in this kitchen, which is really the eye candy of the space. And in opening this into the other room, on this side, what we've done is introduce more storage. So we took that tiny kitchen, and I think that what we did is we created the best space we could possibly do, even though we're a little bit, it's 12 inches on this side, there's just so much more storage for the dining room table, which will be in that area. The floors were refinished, ripped out all the baseboard, new moldings, did my custom radiator cover there that has two access panels to this, because one side is heat and the other side is control. This is the heat side and the left side is the control of the unit. We actually saved money and just by cleaning the window frames, we didn't have to spray them. But the floor was just amazing, and I think with this finish and color, I think we've achieved exactly what they wanted and not spending as much money on the floor while still refinishing it. So why don't we go in and look at the bathroom? So another almost insurmountable part of this apartment was this tiny bathroom. I don't even think it's to code, to be honest with you, in the way they build new bathrooms. But what we loved about this bathroom was that I had to design this shower, both of these open, so that when we close the one side, this corner flange fits perfectly over this half-inch Starfire glass, and the water runs down the side, and it's actually a trapezoid inside, but still allows us to have, the 26-inch opening here, and the curb cubbies with this. This is Calicut Vintage that we got from Stone Source, and we just absolutely love this tile. It looks just like marble. To be honest with you, you wouldn't even know the difference. Parent and Row is the fixtures that we used and love. My custom built-in vanity drawers, which allow for so much more storage space. And again, we did, our typical Rover and medicine cabinet Had to move the light because it was not centered properly. All new, door casings and everything that's matching. And then we matched, and behind this door is a double, and we'll insert so you can see it, a double towel bar on the door, and then the medicine cabinet. And of course we always take off the grills and get new grills made and match them. But let's go and see what's in. Besides all the closets, the other challenge in the bedroom was that this whole project started about someone wanting to have more closets and more space. So we added left and right. And part of what we did, besides, reinstalling thermostats and building a wall-to-wall radiator cover in here, is that we had to make sure that we are having, because she does a lot of, red carpet stuff, we had enough hanging space in here for Kate. And actually had the finish match on the other side. TV's the same location on the wall. I think the living room is beacon gray. This is simply white, which is a beautiful color. All Benjamin wore paint in this project. And then here, of course, all my LED interior closet lighting. This again is a matching the other closet, and has at least nice detail for being able to come in and have some drawer space and have a ton of storage, I think, with a butler hanger, for what was probably the world's most difficult challenge, is trying to figure out how to make the most space out of a tiny closet. But I think we did well. Talked her into, I have to have a mirror. I don't know how anybody gets dressed without seeing yourself in the mirror. It's vanity, but I have to know how I feel about looking at it. But I think all in all, finishing this with a wall-to-wall cover so she had more storage, using pure white Caesarstone, and again, our custom-made grills. I think that in the end, the final result is that it's a stunning little transformation, and I hope they love it as much as we do. We think so. So ciao for now. See you on the next.